Real Madrid have been super aggressive in the transfer market since this season has ended. We've already signed Dean Howson, Franco, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And after the Club World Cup, when the transfer window reopens, we're going to be bringing in more players as well. Do not think that our business is over. And what makes it so crazy with how the club is moving is because we're already plotting for next summer, 2026. You already know, we love a free agent. And the club are doing their research on players that only have 1 year left entering this season. Now, what's crazy is that it looks like we might go back to Liverpool. We might double dip and go ahead and bring Konate in if they don't sort that contract situation out. And when I first saw this report come up, because Konate's been linked to us for a couple of months now due to his contract situation, I was starting to feel bad for Liverpool. But then when I think about it, they deserve to get cooked because Liverpool's board have to be the most incompetent bunch of people that are running a football club. How the hell are you allowing your star players to enter the final year of their deals? The fact that last season, Mohamed Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent all had 1 year left is diabolical. If I was Liverpool's owner, I would be firing whoever is in charge for getting these contract extensions signed. Now, I think Liverpool's board is getting away with murder. Some way, somehow, everyone seems to make Real Madrid the villain, when all that we do is capitalize on other clubs' incompetence. Let's see if Liverpool have learned their lesson by not forcing Trent out of the club. Let's see if they're going to allow Konate to remain at their club next season if he's not signed a new deal. Because if I was Liverpool, if I'm whoever's in charge of these extensions, I would tell Konate, you have 2 weeks to sign a new deal. And if you do not extend your contract, you are going to be exiled from the club. We'll have you training with the under 10s. You'll have to get changed in your car. Your key access for the buildings will not work. If you want to run down your contract, then you can do that, but you're not going to be a part of the first team. And next season is a World Cup year as well. So if you want to force players out of the club, this is the best summer to do it. But I wonder what the narratives will be if Konate leaves them on a free to join Real Madrid. Are they going to cook him like they're trying to cook Trent? Are they going to actually wake up and look at their board and say, what the hell are you doing? You either sign the deal or not. But Real Madrid are lurking. Liverpool, they have to hate us. I know that Florentino Perez said the other day that we have a great relationship with Liverpool. No, we don't. I can tell you right now, they absolutely hate us. We slapped them up in all the UCL finals that we've played them in. We've now taken the best right back they've ever had that was from their academy, and now we're looking at signing one of their best defenders. So we got to talk about it because there's also other names that are being thrown around as well. But I want you guys to get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Konate possibly coming to Real Madrid on a free next summer. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Let's get it. Liverpool fans, if you guys hated Madrid because of the Trent signing, you're definitely gonna hate us after you see these reports that are coming out because we're coming back. If you don't figure out Konate's contract situation, he will be in Madrid, and his Spanish might be better than Trent's. According to the reports, top clubs are now becoming afraid of Real Madrid because of their free agent signing policy. They know that when Real Madrid comes in, it becomes very difficult to keep their players. Liverpool felt it with Trent, and now they're feeling it again with Konate. I want to ask you guys the same thing that I brought up earlier. When do we start to blame the boards of these other clubs for being idiots? How do you allow valuable assets, such as these players, to run their contracts down? I've told you, we're trying to get Vinicius to sign a new deal. By the end of this summer, if Vinicius does not sign a new contract, I want him sold next summer. If you're not going to sign a new deal, then you have to leave. Because losing a player for free that's valuable is bad business. Look at Real Madrid, for example. Luka Modric is leaving on a free. Jesus Vallejo is leaving on a free. Lucas Vazquez is leaving on a free. But these players aren't necessarily wanted in world football. They wouldn't have gotten us a huge fee if we were to sell them anyways. So those kind of players, and I know that Luka Modric is a legend, but he's 40 years old. His value is not that high in the transfer market. So him leaving for free is not a big deal financially. A guy like Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the best right backs that the Premier League has ever seen, one of the best passers in world football. This is an 80 million pound loss for Liverpool. Konate, this would be like a 70 million pound loss for them if they don't force him out. And now, because you've allowed him to run his contract down, the guy is, even if he leaves this summer, you're still not going to get as much money as you could have if he had more years. Because people know everybody that has a contract that's a year or less goes for a discount. So what are Liverpool going to do? And if you don't think that he would join Real Madrid, you are out of your mind. Not only are we French FC, you don't think Mbappe, Camavinga, Tchouameni, Ferland Mendy, you don't think that they'd probably be talking to him about what Real Madrid is like? You don't think during the international duties, he's looking at the Madrid players thinking, yo, that could be me? You don't think that they're in WhatsApp group chats? You don't think that they have a relationship? On top of that, Trent is now here. Konate knows Trent very well. They were teammates at Liverpool. You don't think Trent might get into his ear like, yo, come to Madrid? It's beautiful. It's better than living in Liverpool. The weather's nice. The food is better. You're going to play in a better stadium. You're going to be surrounded by better players. I know Liverpool fans have to hate us. It does feel like bullying at this point. But at the same time, everybody, again, makes us out to be the villains. If you're incompetent, we are opportunists. If an opportunity arrives to sign a top player for free because you're allowing him to run down his deal, who should be getting the blame here? Real Madrid or the other clubs? There's an easy way to make sure to get a fee. Look at what Chelsea did with Conor Gallagher. He wanted to run down his contract. They froze him out the club, and then they ended up selling him to Atletico Madrid. This is what you have to do. It's a ruthless sport. It's a ruthless business. You have to be cutthroat. Now, as far as Konate's fit at Real Madrid, I do like the player. And we do need defenders because the center backs that we have outside of Dean Howson and Asensio, they're starting to age. Rudiger's not getting any younger. Militao is injury prone. He needs to be forced out the club. David Alaba, injury prone, needs to be forced out the club. So yeah, a Konate is needed. But at the same time, do we know how good Konate is without Van Dijk next to him? He is a good player, very physical, right? Very good 1v1, a strong center back. Does well for France. I would take him on a free, of course. He's proven himself. He's been a partnership that's been one of the best in Europe defensively. But there definitely is, some questions that I have. Like with Xabi Alonso here, how good is Konate on the ball? Will he be able to play out from the back and be comfortable, right? Just questions like that. But I 100% would take him on a free. It's going to be really interesting to see how this pans out. Keep an eye on Konate this summer. Will Liverpool make the same mistake or not? Now, A couple of other names that are getting thrown around because of their contract situations, right? So according to Marca, it says Real Madrid are working on multiple potential free agent signings. The names are Miles Lewis-Skelly, who we talked about already. We did a video on him. I would take Miles Lewis-Skelly at Arsenal. I'd rather him at left back than Alvaro Carreras. This kid looks like an absolute baller. I was super impressed by him in his breakout season at Arsenal. Was arguably their best player in their UCL knockout run. Was one of the best left backs in the Premier League. And he's already established himself as England's best option at left back as well. Trent, Jude, get this kid to Real Madrid. But, you know, who knows, right? Maybe he does sign a new deal at Arsenal. We just talked about Konate, but another defender that we're being linked to is Christian Mosquera. He plays for Valencia, and he does have a lot of potential. He's actually a pretty decent player, and a lot of big clubs are looking at him. And if his contract is running down, he is Spanish, so he does fit that Spanish core that Real Madrid would like to build, and he's also young as well. So let's just see how things go. But look, Konate is definitely the favorite to be signed. Liverpool fans, blame your board, not us. It's nobody's fault but yourself. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Real Madrid's transfer strategy of signing free agents when they are available. I think it's smart business. Why would I go pay for something that you're going to allow to leave for free? Doesn't make any sense. Everybody gets on to us when we spend money. Everybody gets on to us when we do free signings. We can't win. Funny enough, we just don't have the PR that Barcelona do. Barcelona, we make Stars FC, have spent over 300 million pounds, 300 million euros more than Real Madrid in the last 10 years. But nobody talks about it. Look, Liverpool board, fix up. Make sure that you get that contract signed, because if not, you got to force him out the club. We will keep an eye on this. I don't believe that we're going to sign another defender this summer unless Alaba or Militao leaves. I don't think we'll bring one in unless one of those two head out. But I want to know what you guys are saying. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and get in the Discord. The link is pinned down below. Holla Madrid.